Welcome, myself Prashant Suryavanshi. Today I am going to start lecture on pharmacology. In this video, we will learn basic concept about receptor and drug receptor interactions. So let's start. Introduction. The largest number of drugs do not bind directly to the effectors. That is, the effectors are enzymes, channels, transporters, or structural proteins, but they act through specific regulatory macromolecules which control the above listed effectors. These regulatory macromolecules, or the sites on them which bind and interact with the drug, are called receptors. So usually drugs do not bind directly to the effectors. They show their intended pharmacological effect by binding to the receptors, and then drug receptor complex shows physiological action. So next is definition of the receptor. The term receptor is used in different ways. Often we designate receptors to the soluble physiological mediators like hormones, neurotransmitters, like thyroid receptors, insulin receptors. But in pharmacology, it describes protein molecules whose function is to recognize and respond to endogenous chemical mediators. So receptors are macromolecules that are protein in nature and that function as recognition for the drug and respond and show pharmacological response. Other macromolecules with which drugs interact to produce their effects are known as drug targets. So there are other macromolecules like enzymes, ligand gated channels with which drug binds and interact and produces their effect, but these are not receptors, they are drug targets. So there are various drug targets and receptor is one of them. Here you can see membrane receptors. So in red you can see ligands located outside the cell. This is cell membrane and these are ligands, and this is receptor. This one is active site. Here, active site of receptor. Ligands connect to specific receptor proteins based on the shape of the active site of the protein. So according to this active site, specific ligands bind to this receptor and form drug receptor complex. So ligand means drugs, hormones, or endogenous mediators. So here we take example of drug. So these drug molecules or ligand molecules bind to this receptor and induces conformational changes in the receptor. So receptor releases a message. This is message, and physiological action takes place. So next we will learn about drug receptor interactions. That is how drug interacts with the receptor, and that is produces drug receptor complex which is responsible for physiological action. So here are some following terms that are used in describing drug receptor interactions. So first one is agonist. So agonist is an agent which activates a receptor to produce an effect which is similar to that of the physiological signal molecule. So agonist which activates the receptor to produce an effect similar to that of the physiological signal molecule. For example, acetylcholine is a physiological agonist for the muscarinic and nicotinic receptors. So muscarinic and nicotinic are acetylcholine receptors. So acetylcholine binds to muscarinic receptors and show various physiological actions. And we know that pilocarpine is an agonist on the muscarinic receptors. So pilocarpine shows similar effect to that of the acetylcholine, which is the physiological signal molecule. So agonists show similar effect. They mimic the action of physiological signal molecules. So that are agonist. Next term is antagonist. So antagonists are the agents which prevent the action of an agonist. So antagonist prevent the action of an agonist on a receptor or the subsequent response produced by the agonist, but does not have any effect of its own. So antagonist blocks the action of agonist by binding to receptor, but it does not have its own effect. It only blocks the binding of agonist. And antagonists are of various types, like competitive antagonist, non-competitive antagonist. Competitive antagonist competes with the agonist to bind with the active site of the receptor. This type of antagonism is surmountable by increasing the concentration of agonist. And second type is non-competitive antagonist. In non-competitive antagonist, the antagonist binds to the receptor other than the active site. It binds to the receptor to other site other than active site, that is allosteric site. This type of antagonism is unsurmountable. That is, this block non-competitive antagonism cannot be surmountable by increasing the dose of agonist. Next term is partial agonist. Partial agonists are the agents which activates the receptor to produce submaximal effect, but antagonizes the action of a full agonist. So partial agonists show 50% effect, that of a full agonist, but they antagonize the action of a full agonist, because partial agonists bind to the receptors and there are less number of receptors available for binding to the full agonist. So full agonists cannot bind to the free receptors, they are less in number. So partial agonists block the action of a full agonist. Next term is ligand. So ligand term is taken from Latin word ligare. Ligare means to bind. So ligands is any molecule which attaches selectively to particular receptors or receptor sites. So ligand means drug molecules or endogenous chemical mediators like hormones, neurotransmitters, etc. So in drug receptor interactions, affinity and efficacy are two important properties of a drug molecule. So for any chemical to act as a drug, this affinity and efficacy is very important. If the chemical possesses affinity towards the receptor and it is able to show physiological response, that is efficacy, it acts as a drug. So first is affinity. So affinity means the ability of a drug to combine with a receptor to create a drug receptor complex. So affinity means the ability of a drug to combine with the receptor to create drug receptor complex. So next one is efficacy. The ability of a drug receptor complex to initiate a response. After drug receptor complex is formed, it induces conformational changes in the receptor. So these conformational changes induces secondary messengers and physiological action occur. So next point is also about drug receptor interactions. Occupation of a receptor by a drug molecule may or may not result in activation of the receptor. So only occupation of a receptor, that is occupation of a receptor by drug molecule, it's not sufficient for activation of the receptor. It for showing action, drug must activate the receptor. By activation we mean that the receptor is affected by the bound molecule in such a way as to alter the receptor's behavior towards the cell and elicit a tissue response. So what is meant by activation of the receptor? So when receptor is bound to the drug induces conformational changes and receptor's behavior, that is it induces secondary messengers. So this secondary messenger system induces tissue response. Third point is binding and activation represent two distinct steps in the generation of the receptor mediated response by an agonist. So binding and activation of the receptor, these are two different steps in the generation of response, tissue response by an agonist. Fourth point is the tendency of a drug to bind to the receptors is governed by its affinity. So the tendency of a drug to bind to the receptors is governed by its affinity, whereas the tendency for it once bound to activate the receptor is denoted by its efficacy. Fifth point is drugs of high potency generally have high affinity for the receptors. So we say that if drug is having high potency, it means if we take very small amount of drug, it can show full effect. If even though there are very small number of drug molecules that bind to the receptor, it shows its full effect. That means it has higher potency. Agonists also possess significant efficacy, whereas antagonists in the simplest case have zero efficacy. So agonists have +1 efficacy and antagonists have zero efficacy. So this is the distinction between drug binding and receptor activation. Here is agonist drug A, which acts as agonist, and plus this is the receptor. This is the receptor drug complex. So we say that agonist activates the receptor and we get the response. This is the agonist drug and this is the receptor, which forms drug receptor complex by occupation, and it activates the receptor and shows the tissue response, that is the agonist. But antagonist also binds to the receptor and forms drug receptor complex, but there is no tissue response because it does not activate the receptor. So activation of the receptor is very important for pharmacological action of the drug. Next point is spare receptors. Spare means reservoir. So in some receptor systems, example acetylcholine at the neuromuscular junction in smooth muscle. In some receptor systems, agonists are able to elicit maximal response at very low levels of receptor occupancy. So the concentration of agonist or drug molecules that are bind to the receptor is very small, but they show full effect. That is, even though less than 1% of the receptor are occupied by the drug, they show full response. This is called reservoir capacity of the receptors. Thus, that system has spare receptors or a receptor reservoir. This arrangement produces an economy of the neurotransmitter production and release. So, the amount required of neurotransmitter to show effect is very small, and it is of very significance because body does not have to produce more amount of neurotransmitter. In very small amount, the neurotransmitter can show its effect. Thank you. If you found this video useful, then please like, share the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.